All right. I think I'm live. See if we can get some video. There we go. All right. We are live in the crypto bunker. And look at what we have here, a pump and a half. Holy shit. It pumped to 40,000, which is big resistance, obviously, but man, this came out of absolute nowhere. And it looks, I mean, if you use the Bollinger Band indicator, this is the, I mean, I don't know how it works, if it's like retroactive or something to fit, afterwards, but it just broke straight through the Bollinger Band, which usually would not happen. So pretty crazy times that we're dealing with. Today, I really wanted to talk and focus on Ethereum, which we can also take a look at right now. Ethereum is also pumping. If we look at it's not pumping as much. We kind of always knew that that Bitcoin would be, yeah, Ethereum got knocked right at the top, but we kind of always knew that Bitcoin was going to pump first if there was a mega pump that came in. So it makes sense, but I still think Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin on a relative basis for the foreseeable future. And I think in a year from now, we will see Ethereum at a higher valuation than Bitcoin. There's really no reason why it would not happen. Ethereum is an economic value token, so it has the same money properties that Bitcoin has, but it also has the properties of being able to be built on top. So you're able to build, applications on Ethereum that guarantee proof of different things. So smart contracts are what they are called, but they're basically just designed in code so that you can guarantee ownership of things, and know that that thing that you have, that NFT, that piece of art, is a unique piece of art, regardless of if anyone copies it, right? You have that unique key and that unique address that represents your piece of art on the Ethereum blockchain, and everyone else knows which one is the real one if they can look at the contract and they look at the code. That's just kind of a little bit behind NFTs, and that's just one part of Ethereum. So I just want to address, obviously Ethereum is going through some different, sorry guys. Yeah, so this is ethereumcashflow.com, and it really just goes over, let me just move myself down a little bit here. It really just goes over, how Ethereum is a store of value, but also has cash flow, which is kind of unlike Bitcoin. This is basically written to investors, companies, treasuries, and others who are using Bitcoin as a store of value. Ethereum complements Bitcoin. This is not to denounce Bitcoin. However, Ethereum ecosystem institutional allocation is currently low, and this will just argue that ETH can complement Bitcoin as a store of value, and Ethereum has catalysts that Bitcoin does not have in 2021. Obviously, Bitcoin can gain attraction through different institutions getting involved, but Ethereum has, many of these other things that are happening, like EIP 1559, that's happening August 4th, I believe, and then staking, which will happen. Well, you can already stake, right? So there's a large percentage of Ethereum in the staking pools right now, and EIP 1559 will burn all Ethereum transaction fees. And so this will cause a deflationary shock to the Ethereum token. So This is just kind of comparing Bitcoin and Ethereum. No cash flow accrues to Bitcoin holders, 99% plus margins, profits accrue to ETH holders. And this is because I believe of EIP 1559. So in it's 5.5 years into a 6-year plan to reduce the costs to run and secure the computer network that hosts Ethereum blockchain. So it's going to be a very green network, which is big. And it's also going to be, it's basically has these catalysts, like I was talking about, that will dramatically increase profit margin. Ethereum will become environmentally friendly, like I was saying. Digital scarcity. Ethereum drives digital scarcity by having many competing uses for the ETH token and lower inflation than Bitcoin. Obviously, Ethereum has many different use cases like decentralized finance, non-fungible token economy, and DeFi has created many promising uses for ETH, such as using ETH as collateral to borrow US dollar stablecoins. ETH may also be staked to help secure the Ethereum blockchain and earn a yield in the future. Right now, 9.6% of all ETH is locked in DeFi, and 3.4% of all ETH is locked to help secure the Ethereum blockchain through staking. This is an old paper. I believe that those numbers are higher at this point. I think it's 5.5% of ETH is locked. And so we're looking at probably at least 16% of ETH locked in either DeFi or staking contract. And most likely those ETH are not going to move because they're being used as either collateral or to earn interest paid out in ETH. After the upgrade, ETH is expected to have less than 1% annual inflation, which will be lower inflation than Bitcoin. This creates further scarcity for the ETH token. Ethereum strong security. Ethereum, similar to Bitcoin, has strong security via decentralized computer network, but it has higher profit margins by 99% after the upgrade and EIP 1559. As you can see, this is the revenue across apps on Ethereum, and there are 71 billion, probably higher now, of total US dollar stablecoins on Ethereum. That's 848% increase year over year. You can earn yield by staking. You can do different things in DeFi. One thing you can do is farm on Sushi, right? So this is just an example of something you can do on Sushi. There's many things you can do, but this is the Polygon network. And so I'll go to the Ethereum network real quick, just to kind of give an example to you guys of how you would use DeFi. So what you're going to do is you're going to add a position here. And let's say you want to do ETH and DAI. You would then you would basically want an equal amount of ETH and DAI in terms of dollar value. And so if you have $100 of worth of ETH, which is like, maybe 0.05 or something, and then you have $100 worth of DAI, you can then add liquidity, and your MetaMask notification will come up. First, obviously, you need MetaMask. You need to send ETH to your MetaMask address, which is right here. You would copy that, paste it, send it over, and then you also need DAI, so you'd send that over. And then as you can see, you have a share of this pool. So you're providing liquidity, and you're going to earn 0.25% of all trades in this pair proportion to your share of the pool. As you can see, we can look at some of the analytics here of the yearly fees that you might be able to earn on SushiSwap. So if we look at DAI and ETH, as you can see, we have increased liquidity lately on this DAI ETH pair. And you can see the ROI right now is not great, but if we go back, I'm not sure how far we can go back. Let me go back to this. as you can see, it's sort of just, you're just accruing value over time through this. And so it's kind of a less volatile way to get exposure to ETH while also collecting fees on the chain. And the cool thing about Sushi is you're able to farm these pools. So you would then you would go to farm after you're done this transaction. You would go to farm, and then you would go to the DAI ETH pool. DAI and ETH. You would stake max, and then you're earning 15% on top of what you're already earning, paid out in Sushi. So as you can see, you're going to earn Sushi tokens as a reward for providing as part of this farm. So I just wanted to quickly give an example of that. Ethereum, there's just so many projects that are built on Ethereum that, aren't just Sushi, obviously. And I guess I'll just talk about that real quick while we watch the price. Right now, there's different projects being built, like USDC, Circle is being built on Ethereum. It's a $26 billion company, and they're going public soon. And so Uniswap obviously is the top exchange combined with SushiSwap. They do, probably combined more volume than Coinbase does on a daily basis. Those are built on Ethereum and could not exist without Ethereum. Obviously, you have Chainlink and Matic, which are both, Matic is a layer 2 solution, and Chainlink is an Oracle solution. You have, projects like Wi-Fi. You have Decentraland. You have virtual worlds being built on Ethereum. You have fan tokens from Chili's. You can buy a fan token of different soccer teams in Europe, and you can have governance votes over certain things like what jerseys they'll wear, different things like that. So it's pretty cool, just the amount of things that are being built on Ethereum as in comparison to Bitcoin. Also, to compare Ethereum and Bitcoin, there's 300 or so devs, working on Bitcoin. There's about 2,300 devs working on Ethereum, probably more. There's 2,300 monthly devs compared to 50 for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, there's not a lot of development happening. And then you have the communities, and I think that Bitcoin is kind of that more like fringe of society people who are like, I want my assets as sovereign as possible, like grit, end of the world, like we need to change the monetary system completely, end the dollar, all that stuff. And like I'm cool with that. Like I support that as well. But I support the fact that ETH is an innovation. It's a technology play as well. So it's not just this like store of value where like the number just goes up and you watch it go up and down. Ethereum is a technology that you can use. You can use DeFi. You can buy NFTs. You can do cool things like that. And maybe I'll show you guys some of my NFTs that I bought as well while we sort of go through some of these other use cases. But yeah, the ETH community, I would say, is just vibrant. And you guys can visit my page at CryptoBunker14 on Rarible. These are just like a couple of things. I actually just like, these are just straight JPEGs. I'll just tell you guys that I just copy and pasted. But I wanted to, I wanted to document the history of things a little bit. I think it's and that's the cool thing is it's kind of like a documentation of what is happening, even just for me personally. Like for this, I wrote basically my Metaverse video, like intro. I just wrote it out, and so I was like, I don't know, like I think it's just a cool thing to be able to document certain things. So anyway, yeah. So these are just some of the NFTs that I own. And so yeah, the ETH community is vibrant, it's dedicated, it's convicted, it's smart, creative. They don't care about price. They're changing the world. They're constantly working. You still get that decentralization that everyone wants, and you still are able to, take self-sovereignty over your money through decentralized finance. You still have your keys to your coins, and so not only are we building things like this, like NFTs that are unique, um, and you know can be sold, um, and like I just think like right now getting in on NFTs on the ground floor is kind of what I have been looking to do. Um, these are just some of the ones. Again, one that I documented, that I just copy and pasted. But this is actually a cool thing. Is the sushi energy card? I'm actually able to redeem this for a real card if I want. I just have to burn this. This is a token basically. You're tokenizing an asset, and so there's 30 of these available in the world, and there will never be more than that. And I have one of them, and I can redeem it for a um, for a physical Pokemon sushi card, which is fucking sweet if you ask me. And I got it for like only maybe zero point 0.2 ETH or something. So I think in the future that you're going to look back and be like, oh my God, like that was like history in the making, because there's going to be so many things that trade based on that. Um, like for example, Kanye West, right? When he comes out with Yeezys in the future, he's going to, you know, he's going to come out with them as an NFT. And so you're going to be able to, he's going to say, um, this is the token, I'm going to release this token on the Ethereum blockchain. And this token represents a physical Yeezy pair of shoes. And so what he then does is sells it at a market price that he decides, or whatever that is. And then if you own the token, you can sell it for a higher price, and you trade those around, and eventually you can, if you want, you can burn that token just like I can do with my sushi energy card, and then I would get sent a pair of Yeezy shoes. And so, um, if we're looking at just the future of assets, they're going to be digitized on the blockchain, and they're going to be. It's going to be crazy because you can earn royalties on this too. Like Kanye's going to be able to earn 10% royalties every time that token is swapped around, and whatever value is swapped around. The other thing is you can own a portion of a Yeezy token, right? And your goal can be, I want to accumulate enough Yeezy token of these Yeezys to have one so that I can buy it, whatever you want to do. But you never have to burn it. You can just own the token. And so, these secondary markets where these Yeezys are sold for crazy amounts and you don't know if they're fake, they might be, not real. This guarantees that they're real. Kanye gets a royalty on every single sale. And then you're able to own a portion of it. You're able to burn it for a real pair, or you can hold it and the price will go up over time, because Yeezys, the price always goes up over time. Um, so again, this is just like one example, um, of things happening. There's also the Metaverse. I don't know if you guys have seen the Axie Infinity project. It's going nuts. Um, I can look at that chart right now if we want to. Yeah, but it's this project is like out of control. Look at this chart. Yeah. Um, and so yeah, I mean it's crazy. Axie Infinity is basically just like a Pokemon game, where you can own an NFT version of these creatures, and you can battle them, and you earn money in the game from that. And yeah, basically you can prove that you own these different, little Pikachu creatures in the game, and then you're battling them in the game to earn these potions. There's people in the Philippines who are actually earning a living just playing this Axie Infinity game. So there's really cool things happening with the metaverse. I actually just invested in a project. I'll show you guys and none of this is financial advice, obviously. Let's not get crazy, but yeah, you can see this is such a small project still. It's $95 million market cap. It's actually created by the brother of Kane Warwick, who is the creator of Synthetics, and it's I mean, it's basically this kind of similar to Axie, um, but this is more of a 3D role playing game with a massive landscape, and Axie Infinity is kind of like 2D. So this is like Ethereum's first AAA game, as people have said. So it's going to play like a regular video game, except you're going to be able to earn these assets. Um, it's a full-fledged video game accessed through a downloadable desktop app, but also has a range of supporting DeFi applications, including yield farming and decentralized exchanges. Players roam the landscape battling alluvials, which are like these dragons, I think, and other players participating in quests and daily challenges and participating in its communal storyline. Throughout their journey, they collect alluvials, which have a range of characteristics which make them desirable. And so there's all these different classes and affinities, which is cool: air, earth, fire, nature, and water. Each alluvial is represented by a unique non-fungible token and can be freely traded on external platforms. So it's similar to Axie, except, yeah, you're going to be able to stake the tokens. 100% of the revenue goes to token holders, so it's kind of similar. It's built on Immutable X, which is a layer 2 solution, which is going to be a lot faster than Axie Infinity. And it's basically designed to help scale applications with the NFT functionality to make fees lower. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's where does it say? Yeah, well, either way, basically it's made by the brothers of Kane Warwick, who is, yeah, again, the brother of the Synthetics platform. So, I mean, this is kind of like, it's a brand new project. As you can see, volume is like just starting to come in on this thing. And so since it's only 95 million, I bought like maybe $400 worth, and I expect a 10x at the least. So if it's 95 million, I think we can get to 950 million. Truly, I think it could get to 10 billion. I mean, for what they're trying to do, obviously it's going to take, a little bit longer to do that, but that would be a 100x. So I think that's in the cards for something like this. Is a very small, newer project that's very innovative. There's just more key growth stats for Ethereum. All this stuff's built on ETH. Even the layer 2 solutions, they all rely on Ethereum. So even if like the fees go down in Ethereum because of these layer 2 solutions, they still rely on Ethereum for their basis and security. 27 million daily transaction fees, 54 billion total locked in DeFi, 2.57 billion daily exchange volume. This is kind of just showing that it's all built around Ethereum. Better DeFi apps, new tokens, more liquidity leads to better DeFi customer experience, leads to increased app usage and increased buying of ETH, because there's greater transaction fees in which you need ETH to do transactions. And then it attracts application builders and investors, and then that just kind of continues around. And so it's really just allowing ETH to continue to innovate. In conclusion, Ethereum shares Bitcoin's characteristics of digital scarcity and security. Ethereum adds substantial cash flow backed by flourishing use cases such as DeFi and the NFT economy. After the planned upgrade this year, Ethereum will be more profitable and environmentally friendly. Greater transaction fee revenue combined with a high profit margin may act as an imminent catalyst to cause ETH to reprice significantly higher. In my opinion, it will go to 20K. That's just me. By this time next year, I think we'll be at a 10x from where we're at now. For those reasons, this memo presents the case that Ethereum and its token ETH can complement Bitcoin as a store of value asset and should be part of a diversified crypto portfolio. So I hope that this video kind of just gave you guys an idea of how many projects are being built on ETH, what you can do within DeFi, what's going on with the NFT world, what's going on with some of these virtual worlds and video games that are also being built on top of ETH. We have EIP 1559 coming up. We have staking rewards already live on some networks like Coinbase, where you just have to lock up until ETH 2.0 happens. And I believe ETH 2.0 will happen within basically by the beginning of next year. So I think January or February of next year is when we will see ETH 2.0 go live, and then we will be completely environmentally friendly, and proof of work will be out the window, and proof of stake will be there for people to earn interest passively on their Ethereum. And again, Ethereum will just become greater in terms of deflationary pressures than Bitcoin. So not only will it be a better store of value than Bitcoin, but it will also have billions and billions and billions and eventually trillions of economic activity happening on chain. And so that's it for me. If you guys are still sticking around, make sure to like the video. It helps the algorithm for YouTube. Also subscribe to the channel so I can keep making videos for you guys. And appreciate you guys watching, and have a great